Shall we start with the team that we're both repping today?
Absolutely.
I love it. All right. So the highest ranked team in the group is Spain. They enter the tournament in the seventh spot in the world. And they're looking to get their second ever win. Of course, 2010 world champions in 2010. Actual world champions, by the way, not like NBA world champions or NFL world champions. The actual world champions. Sorry, we haven't talked about that enough. We one day we will. We have.
Sure.
Um, I genuinely cannot believe they qualified through UEFA Group B after knocking off Kosovo, Georgia, an entire state. They beat the entire state of Georgia, Greece, and Sweden. Very impressive. Very, very.
Hey, listen, Sweden's nothing to turn your nose up at. They're
No
always
Zlatan,
solid.
no party.
Oh, come on, they're good without Zlatan still.
Yeah, Isaac hurt though. That's um, they have qualified for their 16th final appearance. Former Barcelona manager Luis Enrique leads the Spanish team that has a really nice mix of young talent um, all over the pitch, really, with some good veteran leadership. This isn't an easy task. This isn't a walk to the park. As we mentioned, rankings wise, this is probably the second hardest group, average. Um, Talk about some tournament results. They topped their group in the Nations League. They made it to the semifinals of Euro 2020 and lost in the round of 16 in 2018 to Russia on penalties. And I believe they lost to England on penalties as well in 2020. So if they can stay out of penalties, they'll be okay. Have they gone into penalties in their last five? That transition.
Nice. They have
I know.
not, but I'll give you a bit more context on their Nations League. Similar to all the other European teams, their most recent fixtures have been Nations League games. I don't know I know Nations League was like kind of somewhat recent, but it's kind of surprising that none of these teams have played any friendlies.
I was thinking the same thing when I was doing my research. Like you've got the teams that aren't in Europe are playing games like against UAE or Canada or whatever,
Hmm.
and then you've got the Europeans who are like, "Heh, we're good." But maybe that's why they're not favorites to win this year.
Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the Nations League schedule. Maybe they had to play those games during the last couple of windows. I'm not totally sure. But
Yeah,
either way, Spain's form coming in saw a 2-2 draw against 35th ranked Czech Republic, a 1-0 win against 15th ranked Switzerland, a 2-0 win against the Czech Republic, a 2-1 loss against Switzerland, and a 1-0 win against ninth ranked Portugal. So, gotta say, coming in pretty good form.
yeah, and against teams that are not teams to
Yeah, I mean,
wipe away. It's
two of them are in the World Cup. One's borderline in the World Cup.
right, and they handled them well. So
Hmm.
um, Alvaro Morata, Pablo Sarabia, Jordi Alba, Carlos Soler, Gavi, and Inigo Martinez all getting on the scoreboard there for them. One of those players is a key player for me. Actually, two. Yeah, no, just one. And I'll go with him. I'll go with the former Chelsea man himself, and that's a lot of people. Alvaro Morata, the striker. He really does seem to be Spain's number one right now, and playing for Atletico Madrid, he's seen action all across Europe. Been in Italy, he's been in England, now he's in Spain. He's seen it all. He has made 57 appearances, scoring 27 goals for Spain. Right now for Atletico Madrid, 5 goals in 13 appearances, and in total of about 450 games in his career, he's got 175 goals. Good target to play in. He loves to win the ball in the air, play with his back to goal, hold up, and let people run off him. Um, he'll be a great piece in the buildup, and that'll be very helpful with the players that he has around them who like to run through the lines. So definitely somebody to watch, Alvaro Morata this year.
He's going to be interesting to keep an eye on because I feel like there's two different Alvaro Moratas. There's the one that played for Chelsea where he kind of just disappeared and I think he lost the confidence and he just wasn't playing well. And then there's the one that just turns up and looks like, an out and out number nine, like one of the better strikers in the world. So, and to be honest, I mean, I don't know how much depth they have at striker, but it didn't seem like a ton. So I feel like they're really going to need him to show up at the World Cup. They need him to put away these goals because I think the talent around him is really good and will get him chances. He needs to have that confidence and just like finish things off because, like you said earlier, this is not an easy group. They need to take their opportunities.
Correct.
All right, I'll jump into mine. My next top player, a young one from UEFA Lona. I've got Pedri.
Europa Lona.
Oh
UEFA
yeah, that's
Lona.
what I meant to
But
say, and I for some
you
reason
need
I
you
just
need
said
a
they
nap.
have
That's
like
what you need.
they have a bunch of names. They could be UEFA Lona, Baroka Lona, Europa Lona.
Well, no, UEFA would mean.
Well, that's because they have UEFA in their back pocket.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, I get it. I
So
like Europa Lona. I think
a
it flows.
Europa Lona is fitting. It is fitting. Um, Pedri's had a pretty strong year so far for Barca. 13 appearances. He's got a 7.35 rating, so that's pretty strong. Definitely, he's had a good year for club level. Surprisingly, hasn't been too heavily involved with the Spanish team. I want to say he had injuries at some point, so that may have been part of the reason. But he only had 2 appearances in the Nations League, and he had 3 at World Cup qualifying with 1 assist. So, but again, he's a midfielder, so he's not racking up the goals and assists. That's not his game. He's not like Morata, where he's a striker. I think he's going to be a super important player. I think he's locked down most likely a starting spot in this team. Where if Spain is known for one thing and one thing only, I would say it's like their midfielders. They just have a history of making amazing midfielders, and Pedri is like first in line for the next generation of midfielders with like him and Gavi. So I think this is a great opportunity. I mean, he's already doing it on the club level. This is a great opportunity for him to like cement that on an international level, and I think he's going to be very important for this team.
Yeah, I agree. I think the young man playing for Brocolona, he has a never ending motor, right? I don't know if you remember that stat after the 2020 Euros, but he played like it had to be close to like I thought it was either 59 or like 64 games in like a 10-month span.
That's crazy.
So he's 19 years old now. He's already got 143 games at the pro level, including international.
It
He
reminds
plays
me
all
of
over the.
Donnarumma. I feel like Donnarumma by the
Yeah,
time he was like 20 had like I feel like he was getting close to 200 appearances already.
yeah, but I mean that was just being a goalkeeper. This dude is like running 12 miles a game
Yeah.
and playing all those. Um, he plays all over the pitch. You can put him in various places and he'll get the job done. Really good vision, good passing and dribbling ability. A lot of the plays going to go through him, and he's going to play well above his age. So another good one to look at. My last
100%.
one is the last remaining member that I could find on the 2010 squad. You know who it is?
Hmm. So I'm thinking it's either Busquets or Jordi Alba. I'm gonna go Busquets though.
Correct. Jordi Alba was not on that 2010 team, funny enough. Um, Busquets is considered one of the best CDMs in the world, even though Tyler Adams is absolutely clear. Um, and he has been for a while, but that's simply because Tyler Adams has just broken onto the scene. Um, he's got 139 games for the Spanish national team and just under 700 for Europa Lona.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
700.
Um, he defines the word experience. That's the way that I have. That's the note I have here. Very, very good. Once they win possession, he's a fantastic distributor of the football. He doesn't lose it. He's very good at reading the game. He cuts the passing lanes, cuts the shooting lanes. He gets into tackles. He's not afraid to win the ball back, and he is a fantastic leader. Um, he is going to be very, very vital for their success in 2022.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of wonder what role he's gonna play, considering he is now like I mean he's definitely older now, and I think there's good competition at that spot with Rodri. I kind of wonder if they like I don't know exactly how they'll utilize him. Maybe he'd be someone they sub off kind of early in the second half, depending on obviously how the game's going, or maybe they'll use him in like an Ilsinho type role to like bring in late in games and be that technical piece that kind of changes
Why?
things.
Why you got to pick him?
Because
That's
that's
not
just
cool, man.
it's like
Why you got to do that?
It's like the
Filippo
older
Inzaghi for AC
immobile
Milan.
players that they bring on.
Filippo Inzaghi for AC Milan, super sub of dreams. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to bring back
You
those
remember
memories.
Andrea
I'm
Pirlo for
already deal.
NYC.
I'm already dealing with DC United semifinals in 2013 today. I didn't need that. I didn't need it.
Well, I'm glad I gave it to you anyway.
You're the worst.
Yeah, Busquets, going to be a huge leader for this team. Crazy World Cup experience. Yeah, I had. I'll go through this last one quickly. One other guy I had on my list, Unai Simon.
I like
There's a lot
that.
of
I love a goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition for the goalkeeper spot for Spain. There's a ton of guys. Richard Sanchez, Kepa even getting in some form now. David De
David
Gea.
De Gea, psych.
Still,
Not in
I
the
mean, still,
55 man
obviously.
roster.
um, yeah. So it seems like even through that all that competition, he seems to be the favorite right now, and he's kind of locked down that starting spot. So I think he's going to play a pretty crucial role. I don't think it's a situation where like a Matty Ryan on Australia where he's going to have to really shoulder a lot of the load. With Spain, they have a good team going forward ahead of him, so I think he's not going to be called upon as much. But I still think eventually Spain are going to run into tough teams, and he's going to have to step up and make a couple of those big saves, like a lot of these amazing goalkeepers in tournaments do, like Ochoa or Keylor Navas. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on him to see maybe more so in the later stages if they get to that point, how much of an impact he has.
Yeah, it seems like they're starting to go younger. They're starting to phase out some of the older players. David De Gea being one of them, and Unai Simon has knocked him out, which is very, very interesting. But the other name, as we go into our starting 11 here, Sergio Ramos. He's been in and out of the team, really more out than in. And a lot, basically everywhere I looked, all the Spanish outlets are predicting him to miss this World Cup, which is the end of his national team career, I have to assume. But that's massive. I mean, him and PK were the two, and now
Yeah.
they're both on their way out. So for me, my starting 11 in a 4-3-3, the Spanish way. Unai Simon in goal, Azpilicueta at the right back spot, Torres and Laporte in the middle with Jordi Alba on the left. In the midfield three, I've got Busquets, Pedri, and Koke. And then up top, I've got Asensio, I've got Morata, and I've got Ferran Torres.
Mine's pretty close. I've got the same formation as well. Simone in goal. I've got Jordi Alba on the left. I've got Laporte as one center back. I've got either Eric Garcia or Pau Torres at the other center back. I really think you can go either way with them. I've got Danny Carvajal at right back. I think
Okay.
Asp can easily switch in there though. Midfield, I had the same midfield. I had Pedri, Koke, and Busquets, but I also put that I think Koke could be swapped out for Gavi and Busquets could get swapped out for Rodri. But
Correct.
I think those three will start though. I'm in agreement there.